Let's talk about the one big question that honestly trips up almost everyone when it comes to their money.
I mean, think about it. We've got more apps, more data, more spreadsheets than ever before. So why is being good with money still so incredibly hard? Well, it's because the answer isn't in some calculator. It's inside our own heads. The real fight for financial success? It's all psychological. Okay, so our first big idea is a game changer. Being good with money? It actually has very little to do with how smart you are, and everything to do with how you behave. It's a soft skill, not some complicated science. So often, we think success is about mastering all the technical stuff, right? The formulas, the spreadsheets, the fancy analysis. But the real engine driving your success is how you handle your own emotions. I'm talking about your fear when the market tanks, your greed when things are flying high, and your patience over the long haul. That is what really determines where you end up, not how good you are with Excel. All right, let's move on to our second point, and this one is, well, it's a pretty humbling one. We have to talk about two massive forces that are completely 100% out of our control, the twin engines of luck and risk. And this is so important to get. We just love telling ourselves these neat little stories where hard work always leads to success and laziness always leads to failure. But you know what? The world is just way more random than that. Once you realize that every outcome is shaped by more than just what one person does, it forces you to be a little more humble about your own successes and a lot more compassionate when you see others struggling.
Look, luck and risk are really just two sides of the same coin. Take Bill Gates. He had a 1 in a million stroke of pure luck by going to one of the only high schools on the planet with a computer. But his friend, Kent, who was just as brilliant, he suffered a 1 in a million tragedy. You see? Same potential, but totally opposite outcomes, all because of these huge invisible forces. You gotta respect both of them.
Okay, on to insight number 3. This one is about what is, without a doubt, the most powerful force in all of finance. And it's something our brains are just, well, they're terrible at getting it intuitively. I'm talking about the magic of compounding. Just look at this number for a second, $81.5 billion. Seriously, just let that sink in. What in the world could that massive pile of cash possibly represent? So here's the kicker. That number, that's how much of Warren Buffett's net worth was earned after his 65th birthday. His real secret isn't that he's some kind of investment genius getting insane returns. No. It's that he's been a pretty good investor for an incredibly long time. And that just goes to show you, good returns that you can stick with for decades will always beat amazing returns that you can't. Time is the real superpower here.
Now for our fourth point, and this is a psychological trap that gets almost everybody. The single hardest skill in finance isn't earning more money, it's learning how to want less. It's knowing when you finally have enough.
Think about it like this. There's a simple formula for happiness. It's just your results minus your expectations. But here's the danger. As our results get better, as we make more money, our expectations tend to creep up right alongside them. And when that happens, you never actually feel like you're getting ahead. It's like you're on a hamster wheel that just keeps spinning faster.
And why does this happen? Because there is always going to be someone with more. Always. A bigger house, a nicer car, a crazier vacation. Trying to keep up is a game you are mathematically guaranteed to lose. The only way to win is to just stop playing. The real goal isn't to have more than the next guy, it's to have enough for your own peace of mind.
All right, our fifth and final insight is maybe the most important distinction of all, and it's one we get wrong all the time. It's the difference between being rich and being wealthy. See, being rich is what you see. It's the high income, the fancy car, the designer stuff. It's all about spending money. But wealth is what you don't see. It's the money you haven't spent. It's the assets in your portfolio quietly growing that are buying you something much more valuable. Flexibility, options, and ultimately, freedom. And that is the real goal. Wealth isn't about having more stuff. It's about owning your time. The ability to wake up every single morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. That right there is the greatest dividend your money will ever pay. So, when you boil it all down, what are the real superpowers for financial success? It's not some complex formula. It's about timeless, simple virtues. It's having the humility to respect luck and risk. It's having the patience to let compounding do its thing. And it's having the discipline, or frugality, to create that gap between what you make and what you spend. Because that gap, that's the seed of all wealth. And that was The Psychology of Financial Discipline in 5 minutes, because I respect your time. If you want to get smarter every single week without having to read a 300-page book, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next explainer.